Hey y'all, I just finished episode 5. Well, I didn't just finish it, I finished it yesterday. Let me discuss with you Big Brother. Also, look at my light. I taped it to my wall, and so now if I want to crochet at night, I just press this. And I have the milk jelly crocheted plant hanger hanging from it. Okay, I finished all of those barbecue Hello Kitty chips. They were so good. I literally, the moment I finished them, I was like, I need more. And so I looked up where to get them, and they have a 2-pack on Amazon. And so I bought 4 with my mom's money without her knowing. Thank you, Mom, for not canceling the order. And thank you for giving me $70. Okay, I got an acai bowl from my father. He just brought it for me. Okay, I wrote down notes for episode 5 of Big Brother 27. Kelly had a good breakdown. She had finished stage 2 of the cycle, and now is in stage 3 of the Kelly cycle. Stage 1 is get on the block. Stage 2, be sad about being on the block. Stage 3, get overwhelming euphoria from being off the block. And that's what she got. And she had a good breakdown. She got euphoria. She got to release all her emotions. It was good. I do think the cowboy has a weakness for women. And I also realized my sister looks a lot like that cowboy. Cowboy is Team Rachel and Shower Girl. Sometimes in this, when I'm writing what I need to write, I forget to write down because I forget their names. And so I just have alternative names for everyone. They didn't put enough acai in my acai bowl. It just tastes like banana. It's gross. I'm not even hungry anymore. I'm now upset. I'll read the rest later. Hi, everyone. I feel less horrible. And I ate all my acai bowl, even though there's something wrong with it. Let's continue. Jimmy is keeping his enemies closer with the girls. In parentheses, formidable enemies. Because we both know, and at least through episode 1 through episode 5, Keanu is not the brightest bulb in the box. Not to say he's stupid, but to say, he's not a strategist. He's more of a comp beast. As people say, as the terminology says on the show. I'm learning the terminology, guys. Be impressed. Keanu, I won't show you it. Okay, I'll read what I wrote down, and then I will extrapolate upon it. Keanu says of Kelly and Cowboy, votes. In parentheses, votes and will. Also referring to, I just wrote down. So I meant to say, Keanu says of how Kelly, Cowboy, and Will voted. Next part. Will think Kelly voted diff. What I meant to write was, Will thinks that Kelly voted differently because she's not necessary. This is kind of like a gendered season. Then I wrote, Will sus of Keanu. Very astute, very astute. I will say Will was almost flying off the handle. He, in his emotions, was very in tune, and he was about to confront Keanu about it, which would not be good for his game plan. Will beef Keanu, I wrote, which I mean, Will has beef. Will has a disagreement, an issue with Keanu, but I didn't write it like that, but I meant it like that. Then I wrote, boys don't trust Keanu. Boys and Kelly do not trust Keanu is what I meant, because Keanu is kind of poking and prodding, and it's really dividing the team about who voted for who, because all the boys and Kelly were supposed to vote to keep Zayn in and Amy out, to evict Amy. Now what Keanu doesn't know is Cowboy voted to keep Amy and evict Zay. So that's kind of the problem. He thinks that he's thinking that Will is voted to keep Amy in, and Will and all the other boys and Kelly think Keanu voted. Wait, is that what they think? I will be honest, it's been a day since I've seen that episode, but nonetheless, the boys are suspicious of Keanu. Zach has stickers on. Now, let me look up a picture of Zach, because I don't remember who Zach is. Who is Zach? Images? Oh, taller Adrian. Okay, I understand now. Okay, so this is where we get into the HOH competition. Ava is scared of the dark, and I guess she wasn't allowed to sit out this competition, maybe because the producers thought she might change her mind, or might, be given an unfair advantage to plan and strategize. Honestly, if I were the producers, I just would have let her sit it out. Maybe even give her, if they're really worried about her doing something, just give her 2 clonazepams. Guys, if you're ever worried about doing something, if you want someone to be weak, in a weakened state of mind and body, give them 2 clonazepams. I took 2 clonazepams sometimes, and it gets you out of it. It makes you feel like you're drunk and high. This is not a recommendation to take clonazepam as if it were a replacement for whatever, but instead just a warning to those who have never been on anxiety medication. Okay, next. Jimmy in that competition becomes the HOH, which is bad for Keanu because remember last time that they had that beef? That issue that they promised to be gunning for each other. I feel like Jimmy thinks he's a better competitor than he actually is. Mickey gets the power of the ability to dethrone the HOH, which I have been spoiled. I do know when and where she uses it. It seems like she uses it on the cowboy. Kelly gets the power of the ability to change nominations. I didn't fully understand it. I don't fully understand it ever, but whatever. Oh my god, let me click Cowboy, DJ, 1,000-yard stare. Now, when I wrote this, me and my dad were watching this show. You would have seen him in the Boba video, which none of you watched. And to be honest, you would have seen him in the Boba video. But we were watching it. I think Jimmy is confronting Cowboy, but he has a backward hat on, headphones on, is dressed like a DJ, and is just giving a 1,000-yard stare to Jimmy. He looked so silly. My dad said he looked DUMB, but he said the actual word, but I'm not going to use the actual word because I don't like how disabled people are treated and how those words can reinforce bad things about disabled people. And then I wrote, Jimmy distrusts Keanu, which is the statement of the century. That is the most astute observation ever. That was like the most obvious thing ever. I'm not sure why I felt like I needed to write it. Kelly put herself up again. She has returned to stage 1 of the cycle. She was at number 3, and now she has returned fully back to number 1. If you don't remember, the cycle is put yourself on the block. The second step of the cycle is be upset that you're on the block because you could go home. Step 3 of the cycle is be so euphoric and happy about getting off the block. And now she has returned to stage 1. Adrian is on the block. Keanu is on the block. Now, was it a good idea to put up Adrian? I don't like that they put up Adrian. I feel like he is going to be voted out. I also feel that he had the biggest chance and biggest just like ability to go far. I really hope that in season 28 or in a future season, he gets put in there. Oh, let me write down who I want to return in future seasons. 28. Amy? Adrian. I think he has a lot of ability. He has a lot of drive. I think he can do it. I think he can get far in season 28. If I'm coming up, if they come over, if Big Brother shows up at my door and says, we're missing 2 players, we really need just like 2 people. Do you know of 2 people? I would say Amy and Adrian. Adrian sounds super slow-mo. Now, I do not know what scene I'm referring to at all. And that is it. So, my future competitors, I can't wait to see you in season 28. In my mind, season of 28. You will be there. You will be there, and you will be the final 2. I'll see you when I'm discussing episode 6. As you can see, I have succumbed to the acne stars.